Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays Enter the Gungeon. I'm feeling psyched. We've made it to the second phase of the Lich fight about 30 times in a row. Let's see if we can't come away with a victory here. I got the controller plugged in. I'm warmed up. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I should have had a better breakfast this morning. I really, like, if you're out there, and I know you're out there, because I've met you in real life. You exist everywhere. You exist in schools, you exist in offices, surely other places of business, movie theaters, for example, public pools, everywhere. People that don't eat breakfast and have never eaten breakfast. In high school, it blew my mind. You talk to people and be like, hey, what'd you have for breakfast? Yeah, I've never eaten breakfast. It just hasn't really ever appealed to me. You guys don't know what you're missing. And I gotta be honest with you here. I mean that since... Oh, that was an incredibly dumb dodge. You guys don't know what you're missing. A day that I have a good, healthy, filling, nutritive breakfast. Not just nutritious, but nutritive. You know, it gives us a lot of nutrition. It changes everything. You feel so much better a little bit later in the day. Otherwise, you know, I really notice on days where I don't have a good breakfast, you know, like 3 p.m. rolls around and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling a little sluggish. I'm not feeling like at my best. Why is that? Lack of breakfast. You might not even know. You might have been training in hard mode your whole life. You never eat breakfast? Try eating breakfast tomorrow. You might have to wake up 10 seconds earlier. Good, you know, toast some bread. Don't spend the whole day in bed. See how it feels. Maybe it'll change nothing for you. You know what? What I find is that when I eat breakfast now, by the afternoon, I feel fine. But if I don't eat breakfast, by the afternoon, I feel bad. I feel like, you know, not all I'm cracked up to be. I feel like a cold cup of coffee. I could probably use a cold cup of coffee as well. It is the summertime. And the living's good in the summertime. I don't remember the rest of the lyrics to that song, In the Summertime. Except at the, you know, during the chorus he goes, we got women on our mind. Anyway, I'm in a silly mood. The NLSS just ended. It was a good time. I'm not sweating the loss of HP early on this run. Doesn't matter too much. We got another key, so I think we might as well open this. And honestly, if you had given me this gun a little while ago, I would have been like, this gun sucks. Why are you wasting my time? In actuality, I quite like the Molotov launcher now, and it's not just useful for bosses. We can actually use this for room clearing, sort of in the same way that we use, like, the plunger. The only thing is it's going to be a little bit less ammo efficient, but, you know, 1 Molotov per room is still pretty dang good. I feel like on the first floor, it's really in our best interest to explore everything. Or as Shakira said in the 2016 film Zootopia, try everything. I don't remember the rest of the lyrics. The movie's good though. I enjoyed it. I gotta, you know, parents these days, I don't know why this is, it's rolling off the tongue way more like a stand-up comedy special than a Gungeon episode so far, but maybe that's a good thing. Parents these days, they have it so easy. When I was a kid, and normally the sentence goes the other way. People go, oh, when I was a kid, everything was better, blah, blah, blah. Nah. When we were kids, and by we, I mean you and me, if you're the same age as I am, bracket key is pretty good. Monster Blood is pretty good too, but bracket key is pretty good. If we get to 60, it's going to be a hard sell for me to not get that, but it's looking pretty unlikely we're going to get to 60. Kids these days, or I should say parents these days, they don't know how good they got it. Pixar is one of the greatest movie-making art factories in human history. Almost everything they come out with is golden. Not just good, but golden. Yeah, okay, The Good Dinosaur's not that good. Yeah, okay, Cars 2, Planes, not that amazing. You'd like to enter the room, Tomo? But think of the Inside Out, Toy Story 3, Finding Dory, they've been knocking it out of the park lately. Even Monsters University is not as good as the original, but still real solid. Let's see what our... It's an active or a passive, so I'm gonna get it. It's Meat Bun, which I believe heals us a little bit and gives us a damage upgrade when we use it. So I think this is okay considering we probably will not be able to afford and the other option here. So I think this is okay, and then we'll buy a key or something. We'll save this for as long as we need to. I believe the Molotov launcher is actually useless against this guy, or at least he's not going to get lit on fire, but he will at least, he gets hit by the glass, I suppose. When I was a kid, kids' movies, oh man, that was close, had a reputation for sucking. And I guess they still, some of them do. Like, you see a movie and you go, okay, is that for kids, but adults can enjoy it? Or is that for kids, but it's, you know, just for kids? But I feel like there's a lot more. I mean, my generation had some great films, don't get me wrong, you know. Schindler's List, Forrest Gump, you know, movies that came out when I was, you know, prior to being a teenager, I suppose. I don't know if that's my generation, but some great grunge music as well. But two things that we really sucked at, although I was of the age where I was consuming these and certainly not making them, kids' movies and superhero movies. I know people now, it is a privilege to live in a world where people go, I'm sick of the newest Marvel movie just being great. I want it to be a masterpiece. When I was a kid, you're like, fuck, dude. Spider-Man 1 came out, and you were like, this is the best superhero movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Holy shit, we can buy the bracket key. This is the best superhero movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Spider-Man 1 blew us away. Highest opening weekend of all time up to that point in society. I think bracket key's good here. That's what we're coming from. You guys better appreciate it, because we worked for it, man. We worked for it. I'm just gonna try everything. Long story short, Zootopia was pretty good. I saw Finding Dory. It was an accident. We were in LA and we couldn't find anything else to do. No offense meant to the fine city of LA. I'm sure if you're local, tons of stuff. We went to the Walt Disney Concert Hall. We walked around a lot. We took a sharp left at Skid Row and, you know, had a decent lunch. But then we were like, man, it's like, got a lot of time still to kill here. We saw Finding Dory. It was wonderful. I haven't even seen Finding Nemo. I was like, this movie, but these guys are movie-making wizards. Everything they touch turns to a piece of family-friendly gold. You know what? This video is dedicated to you, Pixar. What's it like to be like the master of a craft? And I'm not talking about a company that makes reasonably priced screwdrivers. Okay, we should use the E key if we're gonna get much done here. You might as well, right? We took it, and it's gonna destroy. Ooh, nice! It's gonna destroy enemies quickly, right? That's the ticket. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long to recharge. I mean, it actually seems fine so far. We are. You know what? Maybe we got 2 levels of jammed, or sorry, 2 levels of 2 levels of curse for taking that E. I'm not sure, but for now, Ring of Chest Friendship. I gotta check this out because I get confused about these items. Increases the chance of finding chests. Okay, that seems amazing. Now, if we could just get that and then the AK-47. Maybe I'm asking for a little bit too much here. I am trying to use the Molotov and the Rusty Sidearm in conjunction. We could, of course, go with the crossbow at this point, but I figure we'll save the crossbow for now. We may need it as a backup if the Skull Spitter runs out of ammo whilst on the boss fight. Which it shouldn't, but I don't know. 150 bullets doesn't necessarily go that far. Is this guy jammed? Oh, I'm on fire. Okay. It's alright. Doesn't work like Isaac. You didn't ruin your chance of a deal with the devil here just because you took some damage there. It's no problem. These guys are gonna maintain their jamness. They're jammed. They'd like to jam out with you. Yeah, they're jammed. They'd like you to be jammed too. Is jammed like... Can we do this? Yeah, okay. Is jammed like slang for getting boned? Like, can you say, yeah, dude, I was doing some jamming this weekend, but really you're talking about, oh, wee-oo. Hubba, 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 hubba. I don't know the other sounds they make in cartoons when they talk about sex. Okay, Skull Spitter, Molotov Launcher. Oh, yeah, well. Easy enough to open with here. When you're so on fire that I actually don't even know which direction you're looking in, your life's in a bad place. I don't know what happened to those beholster shots. Didn't really love doing that, but it has to be done, it has to be done. I understand, by the way, we do have the E key ready. I think it makes a lot of sense to try to get a flawless out of the E key. So this guy just spawned here. Let's E key it up, and hopefully that did enough damage to give us an easy win here. Looks like it. Yeah, that was, I mean, textbook, right? No problems there. A couple pieces of armor. The banana is an okay gun, I think. Maybe not incredible, but okay. Should have waited on that, but I was also at the same time, like, I don't have any guns except for the Skull Spitter that are, like, amazing for looking for secret rooms. At least on big rooms. On a chest or an item room, it's a little easier to tell because there's just less apertures that you have to look at. I guess you take Skull Spitter ammo, but to be honest with you, I'm not that thrilled thus far with the Skull Spitter as far as weapons go. It seems just okay. But we didn't really have anything else, you know, thankfully, that's low on ammo, so it's not a big cost. Okay, give me a chest here. No, no chest. If they gave me a chest, I would have become a believer. Just like that Monkey song. And then I saw the chest. And I'm a believer. Not a trace of gout in my veins. I'm gout free. I'm a believer. You know, that one. That Smash Mouth covered for the Shrek soundtrack. I'm telling you, Molotov launcher gets a bad rap, and part of that bad rap came from me. The gun is actually, like, really, really good. Even though it's only got 80 bullets. Look at that, we killed 3 bulletkins in like 2 seconds. We're looking for... you know, it's a tough one. Because if we open the chest... Try that right there. If we open the chest, we definitely won't be able to get into the shop. Whereas if we open the shop, we might be able to get another key afterwards that we can buy. And buy something else. But I think... I really don't like spending a key to get into a shop. Unless we have enough money and keys to, you know, not have to worry about it. But I don't think we're in that situation as of the present moment. Alright, we can make that jump. I think it's better to just go straight for it here, right? So we got, what did we get from our other chest? So this is going to be a brown gun. So you know what? This is a situation in which we definitely just don't give a shit about this. There can be good brown guns, but who cares? And I think instead of going to our shop, we just head down to the next floor, save our key. Yeah, I feel sensible here. First 2 floors, we got flawlesses. I don't know. I feel like Molotov Rusty Sidearm is working out okay, and beyond that, we don't really have better options. The banana, I think, is a little bit more of a boss killer. We're really lucky we have the Molotov launcher to basically do a lot of damage to enemies that happen to stand inside the fire. So I'm pretty stoked to have this for now, and at least we're only using ammo for 1 gun. But I'll admit, you know, it's a suboptimal situation. But it's really like the only part of this run that I feel is like considerably lacking right now is our weaponry. Now, mind you, the game is called Enter the Gungeon. Having decent weapons is kind of like a pretty big aspect of the whole thing, but we do have 89 credits. Actually, we have 94 credits. So we'll be, you know, well over like 100, 130 at some point on this floor, assuming we find the shop a little later. And then we can just use that to finance some better weapons. Or, ideally, Ring of Chest Friendship just allows us to get more, chests, at which point we get a better weapon, you know, the old-fashioned way. I hate these jammed enemies. I hate you, jammed enemy! Oh, this guy's gotta go. Not the best use of the E key, honestly. We are done. Okay, that's a kind of a no-brainer placement for the Molotov, I'd say. That room is incredibly satisfying. And pretty much exactly the same thing happening here, although I would love to hit the switch here. You know what? I'm never gonna shit on the Molotov launcher again. I remember having this. The problem is, like, the first little bit of my Gungeon career, it was like, if you get the Molotov launcher, You're like, every gun should be useful in every situation. And you're like, this thing only has 80 bullets. This is no good. How am I going to kill everything in the game with this gun? This is not a gun you use to kill everything in the game. This is a gun you use to help you kill everything in the game. Pretty impressed that we have not taken damage on this room yet. Feels good. And after that really dumb damage we took on the first floor, I don't think we've been hit since, which is kind of a little bit affirming about the way the run's going so far. I hate that. A lot of brown chests. Don't really want to use a key for that. This entire half of the floor has just been a little bit of a bust, unfortunately. However, I'm thinking with ooh, let's just get that guy toasted. With all we've got going on for us here, you know, especially in the spacebar item, that was really bad. The spacebar item department, we're doing really well. Has anybody noticed that the Necromancer actually found the one corner on that area that was not affected by fire and stood there? That's actually hilarious. I applaud your ingenuity, sir. Probably this was a bad choice. Much like milk on a hot San Diego day. On a hot San Diego day. On a hot San Diego day. Cool wind in my hair. Warm smell of Parmesan rises up through the air. These are the lyrics to the song that's called Hotel California. It'll get stuck in your head. That's what I'm trying to warn ya. You thought I was gonna rhyme it with the country known as Bornea, didn't ya? I thought about it, and then I found another level. I guess we'll take it for Molotov launcher. Sorry, crossbow's really getting like the shit end of the stick here. Keep just putting the ammo to use for other stuff. You telling me the gasoline has extinguished the fire, huh? Alright, now we can take crossbow ammo. Oh, it's full. Okay, well, now it's not. We really should have taken it for the Molotov launcher, considering it was already 2 bullets down, but whatever. I don't really want to fight the boss yet. I want to get a better chest. We only have a brown chest that's shown up so far. I'm disinterested in its badness. If it's a brown active passive, whatever, that doesn't bother me. But I really could use a higher quality gun at this point. I would probably even consider buying one. Luckily, we don't have to. It's the junk salesman, he buys your junk. It's the junk salesman, yeah. That's the junk salesman song. We could sell him some guns. Dude, come on now. Thanks for the 3 credits. It was good use of my time. Hey, Tomo. Have you come to boost my morale? Well, it's not necessary as of now. Just wait till bullet hell, man. We don't need the morale boost just yet. Life's going fine. Or as Joe Walsh would say, life's been good. That was a huge waste of Molotov ammo. That's okay. Technically, Molotov ammo grows on trees, if you consider that Molotov cocktails are made from fermented plant matter. No, it's not really fair. It's more fermented yeast matter. Yeast is a member of the animal kingdom, I suppose. But it's kind of like a pretty planty member of the animal kingdom, if we're being honest. Honestly, I really think we benefit from saving our money and buying a good gun or a passive with it later on. Okay, so Map Man is dope. We still have one more chest, preferably. And by preferably, I mean like mathematically, if we don't have it, I'll be real displeased. I'll settle for this. Yeah, we're good. Well, if you're gonna spawn anywhere, spawning inside of the fire is fine by me. HP we may need at some point in the future. Definitely opening this. This is the one that shoots the gun out of our back. I'm not sure if this is great for many of the guns that we have right now. Let's see, can you just give me this? Like, have we got the map? We haven't seen the boss room yet, but that's okay. Wingman. Okay, that's actually pretty solid. Do we open the other chest? It's going to be a brown gun. Feel like we do not. We're going to go Molotov, and we're going to go Skull Spitter. But I am aware of the fact that the Molotov gun with the backup gun is kind of a scary situation. I don't think we have anything we can use in our own defense here. So maybe we just go Skull Spitter, actually. And we might as well use the E key. My reasoning being we can charge up an extra use of the E key. Alright, let's do this again then. It was so much fun last time. I'm going to try the banana out next. It's only got 50 bullets. I roughly understand how it works. We do have to watch out for the backup gun, though. This seems to be doing quite a considerable amount more damage, I think. Just watch out for the bananas that are ricocheting off the wall and may well explode in your face. Gungeon does not shy away from cruelty. I have to imagine that the backup gun is going to cause us to take some damage in our own right. But the banana's definitely, I mean, it feels like the right choice at least. Whoa, that was dangerous. Let's just be smart. We got 2 blanks. Why risk it, right? Oh god, I lost it at like the last possible second with a bad roll. Tomo, I'm sorry I woke you up, buddy. Alright, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do that. At least we got the Gilded Hydra. I think it's good. I said at least as if I thought it was good, so we must think it's good. That was a terrible way to ruin the Flawless there at the end. We could open the brown chest. We could shoot it for junk. Or we could buy a key and open the green chest. I really don't like either of those options, honestly. I don't know, Molotov launcher crossbow? We're in such a weird situation gun-wise, but we've got a lot of money. If we could just buy the heroin, that's great. Or hopefully come across less brown chests that have guns in them. But as much as it might seem like I'd be like disappointed with the way that last fight went down, I'm actually like still pretty okay with the situation, all things considered. And honestly, I think the floor went pretty well. You know, we got Wingman. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you, Wingman. I appreciate that. It's hard to hit this guy. Gotta watch out for the Molotovs coming the, you know, opposite way here. I was gonna say, please start a fire over the hole. Come on now. Alright. I mean, that was fine. Just try not to get yourself caught in your own fire here. What is that? It's gonna, I mean, I knew it was jammed. But I guess red plus orange equals green. It's the first time I've ever seen that version of this jammed enemy. We could really use a gun that benefits from shooting against the wall, like Super Meat Gun or something with backup gun. Seems amazing. Molotov launcher seems scary. Or you know what? We could also just get homing. A little bit of a dangerous kind of Pyrrhic victory option over there, but if we get homing, then that's fine too. I still think we have a great baseline for an amazing run to show up here, but we're lacking the guns to set it off right now, and the Glacier does not really change that, although the fact that we fire twice might be slightly better. We got a lot of guns, though, that I consider, like, barely suitable as boss killers, and also non-functional as room clearers. Oh, that was real smart. So, we're a little off here, but I think we gotta start saying, you know what? If we lose a gun, like we run out of ammo for it, who cares? So I think we're gonna go Molotov Skull Spitter for now. And the banana, I guess, is better for boss killing. Well, this was a genius move. These enemies are not only immune to fire, but we put ourselves in fucking Firetown, USA up here. Luckily, the Skull Spitter kind of curves a little bit. This would be a real nice floor to get a flawless on, I'll tell you that much. Skull Spitter damage is fine. It doesn't have to be the Heroine or the Mega Hand for that matter, but I would like it if it were. Half a heart. I'm thankful for all the consumables, don't get me wrong. I just wish that some of them were a little bit more useful. Oh, I just realized we actually have the, what am I trying to say here? We have the keys, or the bracket key ready. Also noticed it looks like a little bit of the video was being cut off on the left side. That's very strange. Has OBS always been like that? Because it's really the first time I've noticed it here. Hopefully it's not too bad. It's literally like 2 pixels cut off. It's just slightly off-centered. Oh well. No reason to worry. Keep this up. Don't forget the Molotov launcher. Got 29 bullets left in the Skull Spitter. Not enough to be super thrilled with. Oh, that's good. Okay, 61 bullets left in this, and a shop where hopefully we can buy something. I mean, Space Friend with this might be awesome. I'm just gonna go over to OBS here. Alright, OBS, what's going on with your Gungeon screen region? Maybe it's always been like this? I don't know. I'm just gonna choose not to draw attention to it. I think you would only notice if I had told you, which I have now. That's weird. Sure, let's buy a Space Friend, and actually Ring of Ethereal Form is awesome, but we already have an active item. Ooh, we got another shop in here. Ballot for 1 key. How important is the coolness stat? Is it overrated? I don't know. I think the ballot for 1 is okay. Chat certainly always yells at me. I've got to admit as well that they always yell at me to buy the ballot, I should say. But the the Book of Chest Anatomy with Ring of Chest Friendship seems good as well, but I haven't seen that many chests. Like, Ring of Chest Friendship doesn't appear to really have created that many chests for us. By my estimation, at least. I don't really want to waste anything too valuable here. I don't know, maybe we should be going full on with the Glacier as our boss killer. We'll find out pretty soon. People make fun of me for using the starting weapon probably a little bit longer than is prudent. There's some validity to that, I feel. Take this, okay. No keys yet, because we just spent them. I hate having to watch out for my own fire. You know, it would be a great passive. Hazmat suit. Probably telegraphed that one a little bit. It's a chest. Right after I said we don't get enough chests. Grappling hook. We cannot take it, so I'm not going to take it. I do think the E key is probably better for us. Okay, we're gonna go Gilded Hydra Molotov launcher. Heck of a shot there to start with. Okay, you know what? Just start with the Gilded Hydra. I don't know, this seems strange. I think you reload the Molotov launcher. I fucked this one up royally to begin with here. Okay, that's better. I'm gonna try using the Gilded Hydra. I sort of don't understand this gun, or at least the purpose of it, but doesn't mean it's not worth something. The Molotov launcher has done a ton of damage to open this up here. Yes, please get in the middle and make statues again. Lovely. Decent combination here. Decent combination here. It does a ton of damage. That's the appeal of this weapon. Long reload, but when it hits big time. That was a really easy boss fight. We only used 19 bullets in that thing. Oh my god, we got the Polaris. As Austin calls it, this is like the ultimate trick. The Polaris. It tricks you into thinking that your run is better than it is, and then you get hit and you go down to level 1 or level 2 and you go, this is not that good. But we're gonna try to rely on that trick to make our life a little better. I don't know if you have to kill enemies with the Polaris to get it leveled up, but you know, with the Molotov, then it's not that impossible for us to foresee that happening, so. The real thing now, though, is like using a blank instead of getting hit is gonna be real nice, real important. These enemies are immune to fire. Duh! All skeletons are immune to fire. Everybody knows that. It's written in the D&D Monster Manual. Look, I don't own the D&D Monster Manual, okay? Have mercy. Look at this guy. He pretends to be a dork, doesn't even own the D&D Monster Manual. Now that's just rude. That's discriminatory practices. Why you gotta be rude? I feel like I don't know what to take weapons, take ammo for. I guess we'll take it for Gilded Hydra. 19 bullets in that seems to be pretty nice. I don't know if it's a long-term boss killer, but it's a mimic. Thanks, boy. Appreciate it. Okay, go Gilded Hydra for now. Nice. And it's an active item. Shit. I mean, I think it's a pretty good active item. But the E key, I don't know. We've been rolling with the E key for a while. Sing it with me. Rolling with the E key. I don't know why I call it the E key when it's a bracket. That's a great question, Self. I guess it's down to the next floor. We can't even buy a key here. We got 6 HP, 1 armor. Weapons. Functional. Polaris might do a lot for us, actually. We're gonna find out, though. And honestly, I love having these 3 little friends here. Doing a lot of extra damage to enemies and helping me identify mimics so I don't take stupid damage. I appreciate it a great deal. 32 minutes in and we are on the forge. We're probably gonna have enough credits to buy something. It might not be hugely valuable, but something, certainly. That was the smartest use of this bracket key we've ever had. Without a doubt. Fuck this room. You have to say fuck this room. If you don't say fuck this room, then the game might actually think you start to like the room. So, obviously I don't want to give it, you know, false pretenses here. Wow. If I could actually just hit the Molotov shot that I'm trying to hit, that would be nice. Molotov launcher takes so long to reload. But, I mean, it is balanced. Or at least I feel like that's a sensible thing for it to take so long to reload, because it's really great, but... Okay, you hit the wingman somewhere in there. Don't get hit. It's going to reset your progress. Oh, nice shot! Didn't even see the enemy there. Walk through the fire. Also, if you could walk through the valley of the shadow of death and take a look at your life and realize there's nothing left. We will take a key. We also got to level 2, which I'm happy to see. Do we want to open everything on this floor? What would Shakira say about that? Is that still this video? She'd say try everything, is my hypothesis. Are we getting 2 shots out of the front of Polaris as a result of the backup gun? Ooh, I got a backup gun to the backup gun to back up my backup gun. Because, like, if that's the case, that's a real surprise, and I'm quite happy about it. I guess this room is just over. Surely there's, like, a skelly on this room or something, right? Surely there's, like, Puschetti on this room or something. If backup gun plus Polaris just gives us 2 shots out of the front, I'm stoked. Get hit. Because level 3 Polaris is amazing. Ooh, I think we just take Polaris ammo, honestly. Even though we got a lot of it, we want to keep as much as possible. But I'll be really bummed out if we lose level 2 right now. It'd be a big disappointment. Nice hits. Nice on! What game is that? Is that a golf game? Or did I take that from Super Punch-Out when you hit somebody and knock them out in the final round? Okay, free blank. I'm glad we didn't go portable turret, but I have gone portable turret in the past, and I've never gone back. No, portable turret has been fairly good for me in the past, but we haven't used it that much. Now I think we'll take Molotov ammo, honestly. Oh, the table. The table. Oh, almost burnt. And now I'm caught in a cycle of rolls. Much like Nicolas Cage. Ah! Weapon 3. That's the good stuff right here. Okay, we're about to have an item room. Blue is high quality enough, I think. Badge makes us stronger against stronger enemies. I don't have a problem with this. Hopefully this works well on bullet hell. Maybe we do HP as a percentage of damage or something now. We're going to get a chest for doing this, so I'm going to do it. But admittedly, by doing it, we have exposed ourselves to the possibility of, you know, taking more damage as well. But it seems like, yeah, like, did you see how quickly we killed those guys? Level 3 Polaris, maybe combined with the badge, allowed us to do that? That was kind of ridiculous how strong it seemed. Imagine those guys are fairly immune to fire, huh? He's got to be gone. Chest is not a mimic. Ooh, Chloranthy Ring. Better dodge rolls. Building up a nice little level of passives here. Yeah, I think you go bouncy bullets. Frost Giant, it's okay. We don't really need Gungeon Ant because we have the Molotov launcher. Watch out for clumps; they can ruin your day real quick. I think we just go straight to the boss fight, and we just go hard with Polaris to open it at least. We got 3 blanks. We're probably gonna go down to at least Polaris level 2, but I think you just do this and hope for the best, basically. And I took bouncy bullets because I figured, you know, now with the backup gun, at least the bullets are going to have a chance to get some value out of them. I'm an idiot and let myself get hit rather than use one of our 3 blanks. And I actually, in my head, I was like, this is the right decision. Because 3 blanks is not enough. That was a stupid decision on my part, I'll tell you that much. We actually probably could have gotten the flawless pretty easily here. Even though I just got hit right there. But you can't treat that as the same situation. Who knows, maybe I wouldn't have lost the, Yo, Gilded Hydra gets stronger the less ammo you have? Or at least has a bigger clip? That's pretty cool. I had no idea that mechanic existed. Do yourself a favor, don't leave with 3 blanks. That would be embarrassing. I don't know, does this fire fast enough to do good damage to the heart? It must. I'd be surprised if it didn't. Oh, come on. Oh, it worked! That's some of the fastest DPS output I've ever seen there, I think. Tomo, I just petted you, buddy. I was so happy I beat the dragon for the 90th time in a row. Alright. Well, this, you know, again, makes me think that we're in a pretty good spot for some purposes. And a pretty bad spot for others. But I'm going to go farm up 3 credits. And then I'm going to buy this key, open the blue chest, and get the fuck out of this floor. Molotov launcher, and I think we have level 1 Polaris. That's a bummer. But if there's any floor to build it back up, we should try to do it right now. This room sucks. I was debating whether or not I wanted to use the key there, or the active item. I decided it was a very sensible decision on my part. Ooh, it almost got me. You know what? Why don't we just blank those Joker's out of existence. Bouncing bullets, it's not quite holding it down the way I expected, to be honest with you. We got credits, but I kind of feel, let's at least go to our item room. Maybe the chest on our item room will be so good that I will realize I was stupid to try to open that blue chest. Because we got a better chest. Really underrated aspect of these familiars, by the way. They're breaking bullets for me. I have noticed as well that it seems like I'm no longer shooting guns out of my back. When did that happen? I didn't really consent to that change, so I'm a little confused, but, you know, corporate environment's always trying to fuck over the little guy in these situations. Blue chest with a wick. Figured we'd try for a secret room quickly before it exploded. Alright, we're gonna buy a key, and then we're gonna open this blue chest. We're gonna hope that it's a solid gun or something, because we're gonna lose out on being able to buy ammo as a result. That's what the ballot's for, and we got Ring of Miserly Protection. This is the ideal time for Ring of Miserly Protection to show up. It really, sincerely is. That is basically 2.5 hearts for 40 credits. Or it's 3 hearts. No, it's 2 hearts for 40 credits. Still, either way, that's really good. What are our odds of beating Lich? I'd still put them under 50% just because we don't have like super high-powered stuff. We got a long way to go. But definitely, this run's been pretty solid. I think it's been pretty solid. We should have 2 more HP anyway, because we should have gotten all 5 flawlesses. It's very disappointing to me that I was unable to put that together on the Cannon Balrog especially, and then, you know, on the Dragon, we got hit twice and we had 2 blanks, so a little bit of a bummer. Okay, did not get hit. With the Molotov gun, we're definitely shooting twice. So I think it's just my brain has me. I've got confused about my brain. My brain has gotten confused, is what I mean to say, of course. That's how a human being would say it. Next ammo, I think as long as we have level 2 Polaris, it goes to the Polaris. But the other alternative is that we give it to the Gilded Hydra, which also seems pretty good in its own right. I mean, that should finish it, but 4 shots left. Well, that's gonna do it. What do we use instead of that? I think we gotta go Skull Spitter. Nearly full ammo, pretty good. You know, shooting double bullets. The bullets will bounce off the back wall. It's fairly positive, I think. Still use the Molotov launcher, which is real high on ammo, thankfully. That room is lovely. Give me that room 10 times out of 10, man. You know what? I love this. On rooms where it just clicks, it clicks, man. Okay, obviously not really in the market for fire here. Oh, we got a jammer. I like the jammer with you. Yeah, we're jamming. Hope you like jamming as well. There should be a jamming parody. And I know you're going to say, well, you've made several. Well, thank you for remembering. But it should be about grammar. It's grammar. Want to communicate with you. It's grammar. And I hope you like grammar, too. Well, we lost HP there, so the Polaris is actually shitty now. It's a dead end. Honestly, this floor's been pretty good so far. There's a long way to go. We haven't really encountered many of the truly hellish rooms. And I figured, like, go for broke on the Molotovs here, right? Like, we're probably unlikely to use 58 Molotov launcher ammo in the rest of this run. I think he'd go Gilded Hydra now. And the reasoning is, the Polaris is just too much work to get active at this point. If it was level 2, I'd still be all over it, but to get to a 2nd level or 3rd level Polaris and hold it there is a little bit of an ask right now. I'll take the key, even though it's somewhat unlikely we get to use it. That's the greatest triumph of my adult life right there, is not having to deal with that room. If only we had the ice cubes, we could get even a little bit more sweetness. Thank you, Wingman, and also other item that is not Wingman, but is like a little proto-Wingman, you know what I mean? You might not know what I mean. I don't know what I mean most of the time. Sweet. This is actually like an easy bullet hell so far. I don't say lightly. Very nearly burned to death about 6 times there. Figure just don't stress out what enemy you hit with the Molotov. Just hit an enemy with the Molotov launcher. And then your life becomes so much easier as a result of your proactive nature. Oh, it's real bad. Chloranthy Ring gives us such an advantage when it comes to the dodge roll, though. It's so fast, and you come out of it, like, so much more ready to dodge again. Like, you rarely have an opportunity to get caught in the dodge cycle, which is a bad thing, unless you're the Dodge Motor Vehicle Corporation, in which case, it's like the greatest invention you could possibly ask for. Not a huge fan of that room, so let's just press right trigger. If the bracket key does nothing except allowing us to skip like once every 5th room, pretty positive in my eyes. I was gonna say, I thought on this room we fought a variety of dickholes. A confederacy of dickholes. It's a reference to the Confederacy of Dunces. I should avoid making references to media, having not read the media in question. Who knows what kind of connotations that might have. If it has connotations, I apologize. Well, that was one hell of a bouncy bullet on that Molotov. Did you see that? They ricocheted like 8 times. But what that lets us know is that at least now we know it's not a number of bounces that limits it. It's actually probably just distance traveled. Because if it was a number of bounces, then it would have stopped way earlier. I feel totally okay using a blank on this room. And I think that the right trigger press was pretty essential there as well. And I'm not ashamed. I think that was the right way to handle it. We're almost out of Skull Spitter ammo. I like that we actually are getting value out of the bouncy bullet backup gun. Like, they're ricocheting sometimes into a spot that's dangerous for me, but also oftentimes into a spot that instead of just being directly behind me is actually potentially dangerous for enemies, which is nice for a change. Well, better come up with another gun quick. I think you just go straight into the glacier, honestly. We froze an enemy? Okay. Go to town. I think the glacier is actually pretty good. Oh, that was bad dodging on my part. Especially, you know, with double shots. Expect it to not be bad. Hell of a shot there. Okay, we're done with that room. Honestly, taking that level of damage, not that bad. Not that good, but not that bad. Any room with, like, centralized enemies on it is awesome. I know we have the bracket ready, but if we save it for a room that's a little trickier right off the bat here. Come on, you got it. Slowing every enemy, you know, you can't understate the importance of that. You just go back to Skull Spitter, or do you go for Molotov? Yeah, you definitely go back to Skull Spitter. The Skull Spitter was making a mockery of this floor, of the Colin variety. I don't like dealing with these enemies. And I think, honestly, that's as much of a reason as we need right now. Rest assured, I am more than aware. I picked up armor recently. I didn't really say thanks for the armor. I should have. Armor's quite nice. Really appreciate the existence of this so-called armor. My so-called armor, also my favorite Claire Danes media property. That's saying a lot, because Homeland is pretty good. From what I've heard. I've never seen it myself. Ooh, more ammo. I think you just take it for the Glacier, honestly. Not that even the Glacier's that good, but it could be useful against Lich. Go there and there. You know that every time I go into a room, I'm looking for the, well, first I'm looking for the bracket, but I'm also looking for the boss fight. I'm also looking looking for a city. You're gonna think that that was just me singing badly, which it was, but it is also a reference to a viral video, which I dabble in. Oh, I dabble. You remember the 2016 dance craze, the dabble? Yours truly. I don't think we bracket this room, because this room's not making me brackish, which is heavily salinated. Good, keep it going. You know we gotta be coming up to that boss fight soon. Much better use of a bracket there, I think. And look at that, half a heart. I thought this whole time we were underpowered. It turns out the real power was within this the whole time. I actually, wait, hold up. Shoot the Molotov launcher in there. And then use the Glacier, because it's just gonna destroy the bullets as soon as he shoots them, right? I totally forgot. I had like a weird little moment there just a second ago where I was like, wait a minute, isn't the Glacier the greatest gun for flawlessing of all time? And surely the answer to that question so far appears to be yes. It's not really doing that much damage, but it's doing a fantastic job of making sure that I don't take any damage. So I'm just, you know, spamming the brackets out as necessary, saving the blank for the second phase. We honestly should be saving the Glacier for the second phase, but not sweating it too much here. Alright, well that was extremely easy for phase 1 of the Lich fight. Didn't take any damage, didn't use any blanks. I told you I had a good feeling about this run. I don't know what it's been, it's just felt like a little easier going. I think that maybe the badge has done a lot more for us than I normally expected to. Not sure, though. The Molotov launcher is useless down here, man, so... accept your Lord and Savior Glacier. I'm not really looking to flawless this guy, except, you know, insofar as I'm looking to flawless any enemy, primarily to not take any damage. Alright, so you're gonna lose your crutch here in just a second. It's gone. Now we go with the guns that actually do, like, serious damage. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's that, the more you use the Cobra, Gilded Cobra, that's it. The more you use the Gilded Cobra, the better it is? I don't know. But for right now, it's absolutely kicking the Christ out of the Lich. And we just got through the second phase a lot faster than I would have expected. And it's time for the third phase of the Lich fight. We will win this run. Gotta be honest. Kinda hoping for a third phase flawless here. At which point we will have flawless... oh no! The entirety of the Lich fight. You know what? One extra blank and I probably would have had it, like, totally sorted. That's a little shitty, but oh well. Just go Skull Spitter, man. Who cares at this point? You can get hit like 15 times. Just trying to pick my moment to walk in between this stuff. So far, so good. That was like the easiest Lich fight we've ever done. I had a great time with this run. Even, you know what's great about this run? We didn't really have that much good stuff. Or at least we didn't notice we had good stuff until we walked into the Glacier room. But that was like the easiest bullet hell I've ever done. Bullet hell only took us 10 minutes. I think we might have spent more time than that on the Hollow. But, that feels good to get another win under our belt there, and in an Isaac-friendly timescale as well. If you could just pan up here so we can see the final stats. No biggie. That was a good run. I guess never disrespect the badge. For real. For now, though, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.